Hi, I'm Milan. Can ChatGPT provide written instructions for Power BI to produce a table that shows the total sales for each product subcategory by city? First, I will do it myself in Power BI, and then we will move over to ChatGPT to see what result it produces. Let's start off by heading over to my computer, and I will show you the data model. All we need to know from this data model is our fact internet sales table. We have a column called sales amount. We have a table down here called dim product subcategory. We have the name here. And we have dim geography, which contains our city. So this is all that we're working with. We don't need to worry about anything else. And what I want to do is calculate the total sales for each product subcategory by city and display the top two. So how do we do that? Let's head over here. So it's actually a very simple solution. What we want to do is show the sales for the top two product subcategories by city. The only thing we need to worry about when creating our measure is the sales. The city and the top two product subcategories can come later on. So let's create total sales. We can do that by creating a new measure. We will call this total sales. And this is very simply going to be the sum of our sales amount. That's it. It's as simple as that. I'm going to move it down to my measure table, and I'm going to format this to a currency and give it 2 decimal places. So that's our measure done. Now all we need to do is create a table. So I'm going to enlarge the table. The first thing we're going to do is bring in our city, which we find on our dim geography table. Let's drag it in as a column. The next thing we want to do is drag in our product subcategory column. So we can go to our table, product subcategory, and the column is called name. Now we want to show the top two. So let's go to sales, bring it in. So now at the moment we have the sales for each product subcategory within each city, but we only want to show the top two. So let's go to filter on the top right. Where we have name, we want to show the top two. So let's go to TopN, top two, and by value will be total sales. Click apply filter. And there we are. We now have a table that shows the total sales for the top two product subcategories for each city. You may see some cities that only have one row. That's because there is only one product subcategory. For everything else, you will only see 2 rows. So can we get ChatGPT to provide written instructions that produce the same thing? Well, let's find out. So I've started a new chat, and the first thing that I'm going to do is tell ChatGPT my data model, but only the bits that are relevant to us. Okay, so what I have done here is explain my data model with the dim product subcategory name and subcategory key. I've explained the tables that it connects to and the columns that it connects on. And I've done this for every table. So the next thing that I'm going to do is ask ChatGPT to write me a DAX measure that calculates sales amount. So as you can see, ChatGPT has provided me with the same DAX that I used earlier, sum fact internet sales amount, and it is now telling me ways in which I can use it. What I am going to do now is ask ChatGPT to explain how to use it to create a table. Alright, so we have our response generated here for us, and what it is saying is to drag in the subcategory name column, the total sales measure, and the city into our canvas. From there, set the table, and in the table, drag and drop dim geography city into the first column, then subcategory name into the second, and total sales into the values field. So if you go back to Power BI, what we can see here is that we've done just that. We selected our table visual, we brought in city, name, and then total sales. Then it tells us in the filters pane, add a filter on dim product subcategory name to only include the top 2 product subcategories based on sales amount, which is exactly what we did. In the filter, we went to product subcategory name to include only the top 2 by the sales amount, in our case total sales. So in fact it has exactly followed the steps that I took earlier, and it has given it to us in a very concise way. It has showed us how to do it in 8 simple steps and given us the DAX for total sales. So as you can see, if you can give ChatGPT very clear prompts, then you can definitely use it in order to help solve your problems. Just remember, having a good knowledge of Power BI is still key because ChatGPT can still be prone to making errors. I hope you liked this video, give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for more.